If you could all please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by our Air Force JROTC Color Guard.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You may be seated. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, parents. Good morning, other family members. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Vista Ridge High School educators, and perhaps most importantly, especially this morning, good morning, Vista Ridge High School class of 2017. My name's Mike Pickering. I'm the zone superintendent for the Power Zone in District 49, and I'm very honored to be here to welcome you here this morning. A few weeks ago, Mr. Gross actually called me up and informed me that he was shortening my time here in front of you this morning and offloading my responsibilities to someone else. So I kind of took that as a hint that maybe he would enjoy me getting to the point and getting on with the ceremony. So I'm going to take that hint, and I'm going to shorten a few things of what I was going to say earlier. And really what I wanted to focus on for our class of 2017 this morning was a quote. The quote goes like this: "Don't try to change the world. Find something that you love and do it every day. Do that for the rest of your life, and eventually the world will change." That was not a famous philosopher. That was not a famous world leader that said that. That was Ben Haggerty. Mr. Haggerty is, of course, better known as Macklemore of the musical group Macklemore and Ryan Lewis in his song Growing Up. And when I heard that line, it spoke to me. And the one piece that I wanted to tell you about this morning, class of 2017, is the idea that if you don't know what you love quite yet, that's okay. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, probably until about my early 20s, to be honest with you. And what for me was more of a path of discovery. And when I did find what I wanted, education, I wasn't even sure that I would love it. Of course, after you get a note from a second grader that says that you're the greatest teacher in the entire world after that first year, you begin to realize, even statistically speaking, you realize that's probably not true after your first year. You still begin to realize that you have the ability to impact other people's lives. And if you can find a position or a career or something that will impact other people's lives, your job's going to be much less like work and much more like a mission. And if you can find those own personal missions, you're going to find so much more happiness than if you go out with the charge of trying to just change the world. And so I know the hard work that you've put in these last few years has prepared you to do just that. And so thank you, class of 2017. I appreciate the hard work and energy that you've put in to these last few years. And without further ado, I am going to go ahead and introduce Mr. Evan Mahan. Mr. Mahan is a Vista Ridge High School student body president and a valued member of our District 49 Student Board of Representatives. And he's going to give a few introductions this morning, and he's going to help open us up. Evan?
Well, good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure on behalf of the class of 2017 to welcome you to the 7th commencement of Vista Ridge High School. I would love to take some time to extend a special welcome to all friends, family, alumni, Vista Ridge staff and faculty, and distinguished guests. It is because of all of your efforts, support, and hard work that we are here being able to graduate today. We would also like to welcome friends and family who are serving our country and joining us via telecast today. We thank you for all of your sacrifice and service on our behalf. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our stage guests. We will introduce them individually but by department, so please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. First, we have the Board of Education members: Mary LaVere Wright, President; Tammy Harold, Secretary; Kevin Butcher, Treasurer; John Graham, Director; and David Cruson, Director. Next, we have the Chief Education Officer of District 49, Mr. Peter Hiltz. The District 49 directors present are Nancy Lemond, Executive Director of Individualized Education; Amber Wetstein, Executive Director of Learning Services; Dr. Lewis Fletcher, Culture and Services Director; and Mary Perez, Concurrent Enrollment Director. Representing the Power Zone, we have Dr. Mike Pickering, Power Zone Superintendent; Sherry Kyle, Power Zone Operations Administrator; Sarah McAfee, Principal of Odyssey Elementary; and Jeff Moulton, Principal of Stetson Elementary. Next, the Vista Ridge Administration, our Principal, Bruce Gross, and our Assistant Principals, Elaine Schoen, Matt Sisson, and Jason DeLee, and our Athletic and Activities Director, Mr. Sam Baldwin. Our counseling and academic advisors from Vista Ridge here are Chad Cosner, ICAP Coordinator and Counseling Department Chair; Elizabeth Fisk, Dean of Concurrent Enrollment; Nicole Minot, Senior Class Academic Advisor; Julie Kutzner, Junior Class Counselor; Sarah Temple, Sophomore Class Academic Advisor; and Hannah Hill, Freshman Class Counselor. Every year, the graduating class from Vista Ridge nominates 4 teacher heralds to read their names at graduation and an elected teacher speaker. This year, our heralds are Nathan Pearsall, Stephanie Schell, Sarah Temple, and Andy Mello. The elected teacher speaker for the class of 2017 is Mr. Jordan Kober. Our class valedictorian is Alexander Stallings, and our salutatorian is Riley Robertson. Please join me in giving a round of applause for these wonderful individuals. And now, I would like to welcome the class of 2017. We have grown both physically and mentally while discovering lifelong passions and meaningful relationships. I am so glad that we are all here today sharing this special day together. It has been so much fun being your senior class president. It's something I wouldn't trade for the world, and I am so honored that I am here to speak to you today. Among our various strengths and successes these past 4 years, our class has endured our fair share of disappointment and upset. While things might not always go the way that we plan, I know we can agree that this class is pretty resilient. And the fact that we made it here today, decorated with these awards and accomplishments, is a testament to our perseverance and commitment to excellence. You are all destined for greatness and have all grown into such powerful and intellectual individuals who will make a massive footprint on this earth. As we part ways and embark on a life filled with challenges and success, strive to be the best version of yourself, fly through the turbulence, and live your life, because you only get one shot. We all bleed red and cry clear tears on this endless search for the meaning of life and love. Be phenomenal or be forgotten, class of 2017. Thank you all for the great memories. It has been a pleasure growing up with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best. And now, I would like to welcome our principal, Mr. Bruce Gross.
Today, I want to just share with you just a couple of accomplishments that this class of 2017 has accomplished. There's so many that I can't go through all of them, and so I'll make that brief, but I've got them in 3 different categories. And so if you'd wait till the very end of each of the categories before you applaud, I'd appreciate that. So we're going to start with category 1, academics. 64 seniors have earned a 3.75 or higher for all 4 years. Best composite ACT in District 49 from the senior class. 63 seniors earning concurrent enrollment credit, best in District 49. 123 AP courses taken by the senior class. 137 academic letter winners, again, most in our school's history. A Falcon Education Outstanding Student Award, 27 National Honor Society members, 33 students to graduate with a 4.0 or higher, and the first student in District 49 history to graduate in 4 years and also earn an AA degree in business. The second category is arts and clubs. TSA seniors competing at state, leadership class that provided Christmas gifts for 18 families. District 49 Art Show, Best in Show, First in 2D, First in 3D. Young People's Art Show, First in Black and White. HOSA, Best in District 49 and 7th in the state in blood drive collection. 5 seniors earning a academic scholarship while also qualifying for nationals. FCCLA, Bronze at State, and Team Silver Chapter of Merit Award. State Officer for Skills USA, Marching Band, 2nd consecutive state appearance and 1st state semifinalist. Choir, multiple state awards and superior rating for the large group, and 1 senior selected out of 4,000 for the all-state choir. Outstanding plays, The Laughingstock, the musical, Into the Woods. Student Council, Best in District 49, raising funds for the Harvest of Love. And implementation of the Pikes Peak Leadership Conference. 14 Key Club Chord winners. In athletics, 23 athletic scholarships this year. Softball, best in District 49. Volleyball, state tournament appearance. Boys soccer, first 5A state tournament appearance. Football, 7th consecutive state tournament appearance. Girls basketball, 2nd consecutive state appearance and the first win in state competition. Boys basketball, 2nd consecutive state appearance and Sweet 16 state appearance. Wrestling, 1 senior state qualifier. Co-ed cheer, 3rd in the state. Girls golf, 3rd consecutive state appearance. Girls track, individual state champion and first relay state championship. Boys track, 3 sprint relay state championships, and to top it off, a 2017 team state championship. Thank you so much, class of 2017. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you as the principal at Vista Ridge High School. I'm so very proud of all of you. I'd next like to introduce our valedictorian, Alex Stallings.
I'm delighted to be here on this day of hope and promise. It is indeed my honor to have the privilege of speaking to you today. This may be our first graduation, but you probably know commencement dresses have a certain form. The school asked the valedictorian to give a speech in which I'm supposed to offer you some thoughts on how you might live a good life as we enter the so-called real world, which, by the way, I assure you is no more or less real than what you're in now. I'm asked to give a few minutes of complete garbage. Listen to your inner self, be true to yourself, love yourself, BS along those lines. But I certainly will offer some advice as well, but this is grade A material. Sometimes, you see, life gives us fair warning of the choices that will shape our future. On such occasions, we will be able to look far ahead along the path, up to that distant point in the woods where the poet's 2 roads diverge. And then, if we are wise, we take the time to think and reflect before choosing the road to take, before before reaching the junction. We quite obviously have chosen the path of graduates. And with that, along our road, someone along the way has helped you get here today. If you have not already, thank them for getting you this far. A few heartfelt words of affirmation will mean the world to anyone. But even if you are on the right track, if you just sit there, you will be run over. While we find ourselves being run over throughout our lives, please don't nag yourself with the thoughts of failure. Do not set goals far beyond your capacity. Do not bite off more than you can chew. Simply do what you can do in the best way you can, and you will be accepted for your efforts. You set your goals, but you also set your restrictions. Do not let your fire go out. Spark by irreplaceable spark. In the hopeless bogs of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero of your soul perish in the lonely frustration of the life you deserve and have never yet been able to reach. And when we have learned all we need to learn and have brought with us what we have experienced, we look ahead and remember the world in which you desire can be won. It is real and it is yours. You must choose not to be a common man. You must seek whatever opportunity to develop what God has given you, not security. You should not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and doled by having the state look after you. You must take the calculated risk to build, to dream, and to fall and to succeed. You must prefer the challenges of life opposed to the guaranteed existence. Take it upon yourself to enjoy the thrill of the self-made fulfillment. Do not trade freedom for goodness and not your dignity for a handout. You must never cower at any earthly master or bend at any threat. It is your heritage to stand tall, proud, and unafraid. To think yourself and act yourself. Enjoy the benefits of your creation and face the world boldly and say, "This I have done." And this is what it means to be an American. And most importantly, do not forget your human rights and forever strive to achieve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Congratulations and God bless. I would now like to present to you the VRHS band performing Dynasty.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our teacher speaker today, Mr. Jordan Kober.
Hola, niños. First and foremost, thank you to the parents and the parent figures out there who have helped to raise, nurture, and guide these young people. You have been instrumental in getting them to this point, and we thank you for your time, your sacrifices, and your love. Thank you as well to the District 49 and Vista Ridge faculty for your role in this process as well. And last, I want to thank the class of 2017 for this amazing honor. Thank you guys so much for choosing me and my awkwardness to talk to you today. All right. I have thought at incredible length about how to best deliver this speech. In the shower at 5 a.m., on my way into work, on my way back home at the end of a long workday. I have read and revised this speech probably a dozen times. I've been debating on how to best leave a lasting impact on you, what words of wisdom to give to you, and how to properly capture how much you have meant to me and the impact that you have had on me. I talked with Mr. Pearsall and others in the building about how valuable I wanted this speech to be. I love Mr. Gross's feedback that I needed to keep my speech to, quote, 3 to 5 minutes max. And he repeated this again with a smile in his Kansan accent as he held up his hand. 3 to 5 minutes max. And then with a wink, he added, if you do that, you get a $3,000 bonus. Now, I seriously thought about holding you to that one, and now I have like 1,000+ witnesses. So, now, I can't promise that I will keep this to exactly 5 minutes, and I can definitely promise this is not going to be worth $3,000. But if 300 seconds is all I have to really make an impact on you, I decided I had better make this good, or at least try. So here goes. For any of you who have ever had me in class, you've heard me say that I don't want you to just leave my class knowing how to conjugate a verb or how to place adjectives after the noun in Spanish. I want you to leave with a piece of my soul, and that's my objective here today. All we have to offer one another in this life are our words, our love, and our time. So I'm going to speak from the heart today, and I'm going to share a little bit about myself and my life in the hope that my experiences will help you as you move forward on your journey. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others, after all. Now, I have tried on a daily basis to pass my love for words and language and life onto the niños who have had class with me. Now, I haven't always been successful in capturing every mind and every heart, and in fact, I've failed at capturing many. And that kind of brings me to the core of my speech today, which is failure. There have been countless days when I have failed at this job. Guys, 3 minutes ago, they called my name and I didn't even stand up. For example, I'll never forget my first year at Vista when I walked into a 4th-hour class of 44 Spanish 1 students, all freshmen. Wide-eyed and terrified, I did my best to plan lessons, to manage my classroom, and to deliver my content in an effective, engaging, and impassioned manner. But I got eaten alive. Many of you had me as sophomores in Spanish 2 that year. You remember, I was a hot mess. I single-handedly solved Colorado's drought with the tears I cried in the back of my room that first year. I went home on so many days feeling like I had failed. But these were not the first failures of my 20s, and they will not be the last failures of my life. I'm finally just now getting to a point where I don't fear failure as much as I did as a younger person. That's taken me until age 30, and I'm not completely cured of it yet, but I'm starting to see the beauty and the purpose in failing. And I want to share that with you as you prepare to set out into the world. Now, I wish that I could tell you guys that your journey that you're about to embark on here is going to be lined with rainbows and gold paving stones, but it won't. I also don't want to paint a completely bleak picture for you, but I do want you to start to at least wrap your heads around the idea that you're probably going to fail a lot in the next decade, and that's okay. In fact, it's good. It's necessary. It's how we learn. It's how we filter out what we don't want in life from what we do. For example, you will probably change your college major 2 or 3 times. You may fail a class or a chemistry lab. You might go through half a dozen failed relationships as you search for love. You might lose a job or 2. You'll probably be exhausted, overworked, and overcaffeinated for the better part of the next decade. We've all been there, and as teachers, most of us are still there. In my 20s, I have failed countless times, at relationships, at paying my bills on time, at jobs. Now, it wasn't like I wasn't trying. I always did my best and I always strived for more. But life is hard. Being an adult is hard. You may care a great deal and you may swing for the fences, but everyone strikes out from time to time. Now, I don't wish these things on you. I don't wish for you to fail in the same ways that I did, or even to fail at all. But you probably will. And even if you do, you'll be fine. You'll be fine because on the other side of those change majors is the career your heart desires. On the other side of those failed relationships is the love of your life. Shout out to Allie. On the other side of those terrible part-time jobs is a rewarding career with connections and friendships and healthcare and benefits. And on the other side of all of that, I met all of you, and you changed my life. I have had innumerable conversations with you over the last 3 years about your hearts and your dreams and your pain. We've talked about depression and happiness. We've laughed. We've shared cups of tea. We've cheered at basketball games as Hunter Maldonado dunked all over everybody. We've been moved by your performances in the theater productions. You've done amazingly well in choir and in band. And last weekend, we danced on the track and hoisted a state championship trophy. That was fun. You have shared your artwork with me. We've written cards and letters to each other. I have plastered your notes to me all over my classroom walls, my office wall, the inside of my door. I have a drawer full of letters from some of you in my file cabinet. And I have seen in those letters and on your faces and in our conversations that most of you are already starting to wrestle with the questions that eat at all of us in our teens and early 20s. Where am I going? Who am I? What do I want to do with my life? How am I ever going to make money? How hard is it to be an adult? And most of all, am I enough? I can't tell you how many times I have wondered that or how many times I've heard you echo the same question. But if my skinny, hairy, awkward, fumbling, failing self managed to stumble my way through 3 years of teaching and somehow still earn the honor of getting to speak to you today, then surely each of you is enough. So to every one of you who wrestles with self-doubt, can I really major in art? Can I really major in theater? What if I follow my heart and major in Spanish instead of becoming a doctor? Will I ever make any money? Am I too overweight? Am I too ugly? Am I smart enough? Are other people more talented than me? Will everyone laugh at me? Will they be disappointed if I come out? I offer you this advice. Let it go. You are enough. There is a light inside of every single one of you. No one on earth will ever be exactly like you. Your voice, your words, your talents, your awkwardness, and your thoughts and dreams will always be enough. They will be enough to inspire others. They will be enough to make an impact. This isn't some hippie left-wing philosophy. I'm telling you guys straight up, life is hard. You will fail countless times. As you follow your heart and your dreams, you will be met with obstacle after obstacle, failed attempt after failed attempt, I promise you. But to thyself be true. Fail forward. Fail forward. Fail forward again and again and again. Always forward. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Brush your teeth. Have a cry in the shower. Are those tears? Is it water? No one knows but you. So dry yourself off, put your pants on, pour a cup of tea, and go live the life that you want to live. Half the people aren't going to like you anyway. Half the people won't think you're attractive enough or funny enough or smart enough or talented enough. So don't add to their strength by thinking those things yourself. Do you, because there ain't nobody ever done it like you. The world needs you. That's why you're here. Now I'll close with this. I think back to one time when I was 8 years old. I was sitting in the parking lot of a Target with my mom, and I was crying. And she wiped my tears away, and she looked me straight in my soul, and she told me, "There is a light inside of you. Take your candle and go light the world." I think back on that, on those days when I feel like I failed, and I tried to rekindle that light. One of my favorite quotes says, "Some days you eat the bear, and some days the bear eats you." We can all get dark sometimes. Life can get dark sometimes. And the bear, sadly, eats all of us from time to time. As you move through this next chapter of your life, try to light up that darkness. Try to eat the bear a couple times. Class of 2017, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I love you. Congratulations on everything you have accomplished so far. I wish so much more for you. Now, for those of you who have had me in class, you've probably heard this a couple times before, but it's just good life advice. Use your powers for good, not evil. Go make the world a better place. Stay classy, never trashy, and use lotion if you're ashy. Thank you.
Next up, I'd like to introduce the Vista Ridge Chamber and Concert Choirs, directed by Shauna Beeler. They will perform Ballad to the Moon.
Dark before my sight, and yet my feet with pure delight.
But onward through the black and
Beneath the starry sky so bright. darkened hours flee. My heart, though heavy hang my eyes with sleep. My soul, my singing song, it cries to me. My singing soul cries to thee.
My singing soul, it cries to thee.
Come sing with me.
Come sing with me.
The twinkling sky casts forth its tune.
Oh, must I leave thy charm so soon?
I weep with joy beneath the
Now, for the moment that we've really come together to celebrate, and that is the presentation of this class, it is my honor and privilege to present the class of 2017. CEO Peter Hiltz and the Board of Education, I'm proud and honored to stand in front of you to certify that these young men and women have fulfilled all the requirements necessary for participation in the graduation ceremony. I therefore present to you, Peter Hiltz, the class of 2017.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I am proud to accept your certification, and I certify that these students have met or exceeded the graduation requirements of District 49 and the state of Colorado. Please present them their diplomas.
Alexander William Stallings.
Riley Lane Robertson. Evan James Mahan.
Chance Colton Anders.
Abigail Christine Angster.
Jonathan Taylor Aragon.
Avery Elizabeth Atkinson.
Bry Brandon Aranda.
Danny Autry.
Caitlin Christine Babauta.
Malia Carissa Barnes.
Kiara Shantair Berry.
Caitlin Nicole Barthel.
Noah Emmanuel Beatty.
Christina Monet Bell.
Anthony Jordan Bellett.
Daniel Beltran.
Mitchell Allen Kenyete Bird.
Cody Van Bess.
Wyatt Siegfried Bourne.
Alexander William Bazell.
Tatiana Bonsignor.
Shayla Ann Bonewell.
Catherine Ann Burke.
Emily Janae Bottoms.
Alec Edward Brock.
Braden Michael Bowers.
Tristan Aaron Brown.
Dylan Michael Brown.
Cynthia Nicole Birch Cazares.
Waverlyn Marie Brown.
Alex Lynn Burns.
Christina Renee Burks.
Desmond Ernest Calhoun.
Grady Allen Bassoni.
Kellen Jordan Lee Callahan.
Asia Marie Caleb.
Caleb Adam Campos.
Elijah Roque Leon Camacho.
Kendrick Marcus Carey.
Kendrick Stephen Kinnick.
Brooke Christine Casburn.
Hannah Marie Carr.
Jasmine Jaylene Chavez.
Jack Michael Cathy.
Sean Michael Clark.
Amy Sungin Cho.
Tyrese Michael Coles.
Peyton Adair Collins.
Marcella Rose Colosimo.
Jacoby Deshaun Connor.
Caden William Cooper.
Caleb Russell Cooper.
Noah Grant Cooper.
Grayson Tyler Courtwright.
Nathaniel Ryan Crabtree.
Emily Christina Craig.
Jenna Joy Dahlberg.
Tyler Wayne Dallies.
Sula Ray-Jean Danielson.
Tyler Richard Dawson.
Zachary Connor De Aguero.
Alexia Paige DeYoung.
Mary Elizabeth DeRosia.
Fernando Diaz Gomez.
Sabrina Susan Dobbs.
Savannah Ray Dodson.
Isabel Victoria Doman.
Shay Douglas.
Gia. Amethyst Gianna Drago.
Alexis Marquis Drake.
Alexis Paige Dubiel.
Troy William Duncan.
Aaron Santiago Duran.
Phoenix James Durant.
Jordan Blake Dyer.
Hayden Mark Earl.
Ryan Thomas Evans.
Olivia Taylor Ike.
Morgan Amberly Eppard.
Julie Ann Elwin.
Aaron Joseph Espinosa.
Sierra Brooke Erickson.
Belen Estrada.
Susana Espinosa.
Stephen Eric Farmer.
Kayshell Farrell.
Levi Matthew Fiddler.
Christine Noel Frigursky.
Aaliyah Anastasia Forrest.
Matthew Allen Fletcher.
Isaac Manuel Frere.
Theodis Forrest Jr.
Catherine Louise Fritz.
Alexander Michael Freeman.
Ashley Labiel Gadia.
Allison Labiel Gadia.
Bailey Ryan Galloway.
Simo Maulu Nyanyao.
Brandon Sergio Garcia.
Araya Esperanza Garcia.
Vanessa Jeanette Garcia.
Isaac Joseph Garcia.
Elizabeth Raquel Gavino.
Skylar Alexis Garner.
Jesse Cleo Gilbert.
Caleb Gilbert.
Pedro Santos Giron.
Megan Claire Gilbert.
Gil Gonzalez.
Camille Beth Godwin.
Kiera Lonnie Goodman.
Yosil Jesus Gonzalez.
Valentina Gabriela Gregorie.
Caitlin Mackenzie Gray.
You just Mallory Claire McAllister Hagan.
Caleb Mitchell Gajunas.
Logan Robert Hammett.
Sawyer Keegan Hall.
Ashley Rose Hanson.
Sean Anthony Harper.
Kiana Athena Harris Taylor.
Zebulon Hayes Hawkins.
Michaela Grace Hatfield.
Christopher Tyrone Hearn.
William Juwan Haywood.
Kathleen Alexis Hees.
Rachel Ann Hedges.
Kevin Herrera.
Sinclair Henderson.
Kyle Joseph Hill.
Midori Salonia Vanessa Hicks.
Alexis Don Hollis.
Samantha Morgan Holcomb.
Morgan Elizabeth Hudson.
Tyler John Holstrom.
Zoe Lynn Lerma.
Nathan Thomas Hutfels.
Sarah Huffils.
Huan Huynh.
Jewel Marie Inlow.
Dallas Keyshawn Jackson.
Nicholas Akoni James.
Shondine May Jasper.
Casey Rose Jenkins.
Brianna Lynn Johnson.
Dominic D. Johnson.
Andrew Kyle Jones.
Peyton Taylor Jones.
Martin Winston Jordan.
Alexis Lealoha Kane.
Mackenzie James Kerr.
Kaylee Michelle Kessinger.
Candice Ayana King.
Peyton Kokenauer.
Andrew David Crone.
Joshua David Landry.
Isaiah Lapioli.
Dallas Ryan Larson.
Peyton Olson Lawrence.
Allison Marie Lopez.
Zabriana Linwood.
Robert Manuel Luera Jr.
Tierra Diane Lopez.
Michael Kawika Magasayo.
Hannah Rose Luke.
Andrea Rosa Maldonado.
Luis Enrique Malca.
Elissa Charisse Manaifanga.
Hunter Allen Maldonado.
Taylor Nicole Marquez Garcia.
Maya Lauren Marquez Garcia.
Tayana Dawn Mazga.
Aubrey Anna May Martinez.
Tanner James McCormick.
Brendan Gabriel McKay.
Anna Elizabeth McDowell.
Maya Victoria McCullough.
Zachary Grant Mead.
Morgan Nicole McGinnis.
Jacob Jesus Mendez.
Allison Taylor Mee.
October Charday Meredith.
Jessica Grace Ramiro Mercado.
Levi Allen Miller.
Daniel John Metz.
Bailey Jude Monk.
Ryan Kale Miller.
Teja Marie Montoya.
Talia Adriana Montiel.
Keisha Moore.
Anita Page Moore.
Cameron Lee Morton.
Edward Everett Morrow IV.
Elman Muratovic.
Brandon Ward Moyers.
Tanasha Lynn Mushanga.
Corbin Charles Murrow.
Brandon Wade Myers.
Taylor Jonathan Clifton Musil.
Liam Forrest Nesselrode.
Esperanza Annalisa Nahar.
Ann T. Nguyen.
Angel T. Nguyen.
William Isaac Nguyen.
Tao Nguyen.
Callie Renee Normandy.
Destiny Mariah Noller.
Kyle Dean O'Donnell.
Joshua Edward Norton.
Ethan Mark O'Keefe.
Brian Omi.
Alex Timothy Olson.
Thomas Matthias Olevu.
Eva Marie Parcell.
Mari Rochelle Olson.
Stephen Douglas Parr.
Sierra Dale Pack.
Donovan Tyler Pareda.
Carly Elizabeth Grace Parker.
Brian Alexander Peterson.
Dorothy McCall Padavina.
Monique Rochelle Pinedo.
Brandon Marcelo Perez.
Trevor Anthony Polland.
Julie freaking Pham.
Morgan Faye Ramsey.
Ashley Rayanne Polk.
Brandy Nicole Reeder.
Madeline Renee Pritchard.
Stuart Lane Ricker.
Christine Solomon Redulas.
Justin Daniel Risdall.
Estefano Marcellus Reinecke.
Jorge Luis Rivera Bersadoni.
Sean M. Ringler.
Kiani Daquan Roberts.
Joseph Rafael Rivera.
Ricardo Raul Rodriguez.
Jeremy Arthur Roberts.
Alicia Marie Romero.
Paula Cristina Rodriguez.
Tori Nicole Rose.
Catherine Isabel Rosa.
Jaden Daniel Rust.
Timothy David Roth.
Brandon Wayne Ryan.
Caleb Gage Rudy.
Jalen Paul Sami.
Anthony Ron Salazar.
Marcus Roy Samuel.
Connor James Sampson.
Reed Daniel Sanders.
Dominic Evan Sanchez.
Skylar Rose Schaefer.
Alex Santillan.
Dylan Scott Shindelli.
Tim Shamfogo.
Eric Carmen Schroger.
Bobby Michelle Schneider Harris.
Haley Paige Sabine Sellers.
Mallory Rose Scott.
LaKimbria Nicole Shepard.
Addison Jacob Settle.
Mackenzie Nicole Shapika.
Quantarian Mikhail Shepard.
Brian Harrison Singer.
Kayla Nicole Maria Silva.
Brianna Lynn Sparks.
Crystal Brianne Smith.
Gabriel Samson Spencer.
Cleo Spearman IV.
Cameron Ray Strasser.
Jaden Janae St. Clair.
Stone Suttle.
Quentin Thado Steenmeyer.
Jason Nick Tarasuk.
Nicholas Scott Stevie.
Bailey James Therian.
James Nick Tarasuk.
Stephanie Ann Tompkins.
Hayden Milo Terry.
Kaden Walker Thompson.
Olivia Maria Thomas.
Marquez Ketschano.
Aaron Kalen Zachary Thompson.
Philip Tanu Tuiava. The second.
Kira Caitlin Louise Thompson.
Gavin Bryce Urban.
Joey Trinado.
Levi Garrett Valentine.
Matthew Molia Tualamali'i.
Myra Marisol Vega.
Trevor Preston Turbin.
Delecia Rose Walker.
Braun Alexander Velaldes.
Kobe Reese Warren.
Caitlin Marie Van Tynen.
Ian Anthony Watkins.
Henry Bowe.
Aaliyah Jane Weiner.
Joel Namye Walker.
And Shala Monique Wesley.
Jasmine Jade Waterman.
Katie Marie Whitcomb.
Candice Marie Weber.
Joseph Alexander Winking.
Tanner Ryan Wellborn.
Zachary Dwayne Workcutter.
Dharma Ann Whitcomb.
Jacob Richard Young.
Christopher Allen Wilson.
Jared Nicholas Zacchius Jr.
Stephanie Lee Wood.
Clarissa Jalen Pu'uvai Ke Aloha Yadao.
Taryn Renee Young.
Arnaldo Francisco Zelaya Jr.
Now to introduce our salutatorian, Riley Robertson.
Hi, everyone. I didn't want to say good morning because I feel like you've heard it a lot. So every one of you in the audience has had a lasting impression on one of these students. Teachers and staff, you've given us the environment we needed to succeed and the knowledge we will use for the rest of our lives. Friends, you have given us the experience of high school with the memories that will last forever. Parents and families, you have given us the support through this time of growing that is undoubtedly priceless. Growing. We can all agree that each one of us students has done a lot of that since we walked in freshman year. High school was an amazing journey, but it wasn't all smiles all the time. We all had struggles, we had second guesses, we made mistakes, but that's okay because we grew from them. We are all better people today from the mistakes we made yesterday. High school is absolutely a time of growing, and so is every day. I challenge and encourage you all to keep growing, to try new things, go in places you normally wouldn't, and most of all, recognize the value in experience. Some things you'll love and some things you'll hate, and other you'll succeed at or maybe you'll fail, but it's all a part of finding yourself, loving yourself, and overall growing as a person. So now on to something that we've been looking forward to for 4 years. It's crazy to me that we have finally made it to this point in our lives, and I'm absolutely honored to be standing here talking to you today. As my friend Brandon said, it's always been everybody else, but now it's us. So class of 2017, please stand as we perform the movement of the tassels. The movement of the tassels signifies our transfer from students to graduates. Join me with your right hand in moving your tassel from the right side to the left side. Congratulations.